there, Scorpio, and welcome to your September 2017 general reading with Divine Love Tarot. All right, I don't know if you noticed, the cards are already spread out and dealt because I started your reading and for whatever reason the video frames dropped and just totally disappeared, and that's like been happening to me a lot. But that's okay. I persevere. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and start this over again. I want to welcome you and thank you for joining me in this video. I want to give a shout out and thank you to all my subscribers. I really appreciate, the love and support that I've been getting on my channel, okay? I also have a bit of a allergy situation, so I might be a little bit, I might be moving this along a little bit faster than I normally do, but I am still trying to make sure that I catch all of the messages, okay? And also, because this is a general reading, I'm going to probably give you multiple options just because I've already done your love reading, right? I usually do the general reading and then the love reading for each sign back to back. So like Scorpio, I've already done your love reading. So sometimes I can see where the same influences and the same cards are showing up in your general reading. And I know it ties into the love, but then I'm also going to have to keep it general for those who are not coming here for a love reading and they're coming here to find out what's going on in other areas of their life, okay? And because I do tend to do more love readings, sometimes I do know that sometimes my general readings do turn into love readings also, so I'm trying to be a little bit more mindful of that too. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the reading. It is a 4-card spread with one card that represents your overall theme or energies for the month, which is the Hierophant. All right, and this can indicate that either there's a Taurus male or there's a male that is very influential in your life. This can also represent traditions, okay? And this represents like order. This represents you doing the right thing and figuring out what the right thing is for you versus what the right thing is compared to your belief system and tradition and what society expects of you. Okay, so this card represents finding balance within what works for you and what's right for you and what you believe society wants you to do or what you believe the rules and expectations of society are. First week of the month, you have the Three of Pentacles. That's the energies in reverse, the energies for the first week. Second week, you have the Hermit card. Third week, you have the Queen of Swords in reverse. Fourth week, you have the Ten of Wands. So the Three of Pentacles in reverse can indicate that you're having issues of cooperation. Okay, if this is at work, that means that there's a lack of cooperation with your coworkers. There's a lack of planning or plans are falling through. This card can also represent some type of setbacks and delays, and that you might need to just put in a little bit more effort at work, or you maybe have been slacking, and this is not the time for that, okay? This is a time for you to, once again, do the right thing, okay, within your work situation. This card can also indicate that there's some type of competition or pettiness going on at work. So don't get caught up in that, okay? Don't get caught up in what everybody else is doing. You just focus on what it is that you need to do, okay? If this is a love situation, this can indicate that there's no cooperation right now between you and your partner, okay, within your marriage. This can also indicate that there's a third-party situation going on within your marriage as well. Whether you are the person that has the third party or whether your partner has the third party. Now, if you're not married, this can indicate that you are part of a third-party situation, okay? And that is testing your ideas of tradition and your doing the right thing for you versus doing the right thing for society, correct? All right, we can go ahead and clarify the Three of Pentacles, and we get the Seven of Cups in reverse. So the Seven of Cups in reverse indicates gaining clarity and insight into your situation. Okay, so if this is, we'll do it for work first. If this is a work situation, you're realizing that there are people around you that you may not be able to trust. Okay, there's someone at work who is pretends like they support you, but they withhold information that you need to get your job done. So this card is telling you to go with your intuition and trust your gut. You're making better choices now, okay? Or you're going to be making better choices going forward. So just use your intuition when it comes to dealing with people in your work environment. All right. You'll know who you should trust and who you shouldn't trust. All right. So just be careful. Now, within a relationship situation, this can indicate that, you may be aware of this third party situation, whether you are the person that is the third party or whether this is a situation that you know is going on with your spouse. Okay, and you've gained clarity and insight into this situation now, because now going into the next week, we have the Hermit. Okay, and if this represents a person in your life, this could be a Virgo. Okay, or someone who's just very analytical, someone who might be a loner. If this is your energy, this card is saying that you're going to be taking some time to reflect on your situation, because this is another card that represents introspection and trying to figure out what the right thing is for you. But this card represents that you're going to go within and you're going to get those answers from within yourself. Okay, so you are at a point now where you're trying to figure out what to do, how to do the right thing for you, versus tradition and what society expects from you, what people expect, okay? What has always been traditionally done in certain situations. Because if this is a third party, then you're trying to determine how you're going to move forward from the situation. Are you going to stay in this marriage? Are you going to stay in the situation? Or are you going to continue to be that outside person, okay? Because maybe this person makes you happy, right? But you are fighting yourself because you want that traditional relationship. You want that marriage, okay? But you are not able to attain it with this particular person, and you're trying to now determine. So once again, I'm just throwing different scenarios out there. At work, you have realized that you do need to be a bit of a loner to kind of just distance yourself from whatever mess is going on. And this card represents that you're very close to whatever you're trying to achieve, okay? So this card is urging you to continue to do the right thing. It doesn't matter if anyone's looking or if you feel like anyone's noticing or paying attention, all right? Because nowadays everybody's into scamming, okay? Everybody's into getting paid to do nothing. People go to work, they're cheating their time, they're cheating and cutting corners on projects, they're stealing other people's ideas. So if that's the environment that you're in, this card is urging you to keep your nose clean. Do what it is that you have to do. Focus on what you need to get done. Don't get caught up in whatever else drama is going on, because you're very close to achieving something that you want. Okay, you're very close to success here. So the Hermit card is asking you, you know what, maybe you need to stay to yourself. Okay, we can go ahead and clarify that Hermit card. And we get the Three of Wands, okay? So the Three of Wands indicates having patience in the situation, all right? This is waiting for your hard work to pay off, and your hard work is paying off, okay? So once again, don't get caught up in what's going on around you. Continue on your path, okay? Because you're on the right path. That's what this is saying so far. Just make sure you don't slack off, all right? You're being watched. Okay, you're being watched right now. You are being kind of vetted almost to see if you will do the right thing. Okay, so this is not the time for you to slip up and fall into the trap of slacking off and being part of the crowd and doing what everyone else is doing. Now, for the people who are in this relationship, this unrequited love, okay, because this is also what this card represents. So either you're in a marriage and there's unrequited love here. You realize that the love between you and your partner is not there anymore, okay? So either you're waiting on the situation, you're kind of waiting on things to resolve themselves, or you've been waiting on things to resolve themselves, and you realize that you're going to have to think of another way to move forward. You're going to have to think of how you want to proceed in this situation, because what you're waiting on isn't coming or hasn't come yet. If you are the third party, then you are basically waiting. You could be waiting for this person to make a move, okay? And maybe that's not happening yet. Okay, and you've realized this now. Okay, so now you're trying to contemplate what your next step is going to be. All right, but the Three of Wands, basically, if you're in a work situation, the Three of Wands says that you're very close to success, that your efforts are appreciated. And if you're looking for a job, you're going to get something better than you even expected. All right. And once again, if this is a relationship, then you're waiting around for something that may not happen. Okay, because if this person is married, they most likely are not going to leave that marriage. And if you are married and this person has been cheating, they most likely aren't going to stop doing that. Okay. Now, if you are the person who is cheating, right? Now you are trying to decide if you're going to stay in this situation or if you're going to move towards this other person. All right, so that's another scenario. Now we move on into the next week. We have the Queen of Swords in reverse. And I don't like to see any of the court cards for the swords in reverse because this represents, if it's a person, someone who can be a little bit mentally unstable. Okay, this represents someone who is vindictive, angry, bitter. All right, this person can be cold, they can be arrogant, closed off. All right, this person wants revenge, they can be manipulative. But this person has no empathy and no compassion for the other person or people in their lives. Okay. Now, if this is a work situation, okay, then this can indicate that you might possibly be shooting yourself in the foot with your attitude. And what that means is suppose you are doing the right thing. Okay, suppose you are the person at work that is doing things by the book. You may be creating tension with the other people in your work environment because of the things that you're saying. Okay, so it's not so much the fact that you are right. The things that you're saying may be right, but it's how you're saying it. Or you might have a condescending type of an attitude towards the other people around you because you know that you are doing things the right way and they are not, and you're calling them out for it basically. So you're creating a situation where the other people around you now might be against you. So even though you are doing the right thing, you don't want to once again get involved with it, and that means don't say anything. Don't engage. Just do you, because you don't want the other people, if there's jealousy and there's competition and there's pettiness, then they could set you up. Okay, they can decide to lie on you and make it look like you're the one who's a problem. Anything can happen. So when you see the Queen of Swords in reverse, it just points to a situation where you are not being very positive. You're being kind of negative in the situation. You want to be careful of that. Now, if that's not you, if that's not your energy, then this card is also saying that you are afraid of making the same mistakes that you've made in the past. Okay, you're feeling like you're not able to communicate clearly what it is that you need and want. So there's some type of stagnation, some type of block here. So if this is in regards to not work, but the relationship, okay, if you have found out in the beginning of the month that there was a third party situation going on in your marriage, okay, and you been thinking about it, right, and trying to figure out what you're going to do next or how you're going to proceed, you might be very angry, okay, towards the end of the month. You could be very angry, especially if it's an ongoing situation or you've learned some more information about it. And so you may be angry about the situation and you may not know how to proceed because tradition would say to you that you would stay in this situation. Okay, but is that the right thing for you? And that's what you've been trying to determine. Is this the right thing for me? Okay, what is right for me? How do I proceed balanced between what is expected of me and what I feel like is going to work for me? Okay? Now, should we I'm going to go ahead and clarify this Queen of Swords, okay? And we get the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. So the Four of Pentacles in the reverse represents that you have been living um and doing things based on the fear of losing things. So you've been holding on to things because you're afraid of not having them or you're afraid of losing them. But the Four of Pentacles now represents that it's time to let go of things that no longer serve you. All right, it's time to let go of limiting beliefs, okay? It's time to let go of anything that holds you back or keeps you from moving forward in a way that is more positive for you. If this is regards to work, this saying that you might be worried about your work situation, but you don't need to worry because you're fine. All right? Just do what you need to do at work and you'll be okay. Don't worry about whatever else is going on. And don't live in fear because that's counterproductive. You can't go to work afraid all the time because some of that time that you could be focusing and some of that mental energy that you could be putting into your work and doing a better job, you're sitting there worried about what's going on. Okay? So don't do that. Relationship wise, this can indicate holding on to a situation or the relationship longer than you need to because you've known for a while that this situation has not been great. Okay, it can also indicate that you might be afraid to open up to this person. Okay, maybe it's a situation where, your partner is trying to convince you to stay in this situation, stay in this marriage. Okay, let's make things work, and you are afraid. Okay, Queen of Pentacles in reverse, Queen of Swords in reverse, Four of Pentacles in reverse equals that you are afraid to open up. All right, you might want to open up, but you are afraid because you don't want to be hurt the way that you've been hurt before. Okay, you don't trust this person. Now we move into the last week and we have the the Ten of Wands. And the Ten of Wands represents feeling burdened. Let me try to get this in here. Feeling burdened, feeling overwhelmed, feeling stress and anxiety. Okay, you feel like you just have too much to do. This can represent being in a one-sided relationship. This can represent feeling sad or bitter. This can also represent the single mom and someone who feels overworked. Okay, so there's just a situation at the end of the month where maybe you are doing the right thing at work and no one else is, and you feel like, you know what, I'm doing so much more than everybody else. This is not fair. But once again, it's what is the right thing? Is it the right thing for you to conform to what everyone else is doing, or is it the right thing for you to not break the rules and continue to do what your job is? All right. If this is your relationship, that you can feel like you've been putting your all into this situation, and maybe your partner has not been contributing or has not been committed to the situation as you are, and you're tired now. Okay, if you are single and you are a single mom, you are tired of trying to do things the right way, right? And everyone else is taking shortcuts all around you. Everyone else is doing, whatever they need to do to get by. And you've been following the rules all this time and you feel like, you just have the weight of the world on your shoulders right now. You've been trying to do the right thing and you feel overworked. You feel overwhelmed. All right, we can go ahead and clarify that with the nine. Here we go. The Nine of Pentacles in reverse represents feeling overwhelmed, overworked. Now, this can also represent a kept woman. This can represent the other woman. So, I know, like I said, I'm trying to keep the love out of it. So, this card can represent, if this is not in regards to the love situation, this can represent a financial loss of some sort. Okay, if it's not a financial loss, once again, this is just reiterating that you feel overworked. Okay, you're feeling overwhelmed and overworked in your situation. If this is the relationship, this represents you might be the other woman. Maybe this Hierophant, this married man, is offering you this situation at the end of the month. Okay, another reading got this same kind of scenario, so that's interesting. So it could be a situation where, you know, what is the right thing for you? Is the right thing for you to continue to bust your behind working, trying to make money? Um, or are you going to allow this person to step in and kind of help you out a little bit, even though traditionally this is not what society would have you do? Okay, that's kind of like breaking the rules. Okay, this is somebody else's husband and they're stepping in and saying they want to help you. Um, are you going to accept that? Because, if you're feeling tired and overworked and overwhelmed and somebody is willing to help you, that to you would be the right thing for you. Okay, that would be the right thing for you and the right thing for your family and your situation, but not necessarily the right thing for society. So you're going to have to decide if that's something that you want to do. If you are in a marriage, you might either have found out about this other woman, you might meet this other woman, you might confront this other woman. Okay, because the situation, or just the fact that this woman exists, the fact that the situation exists is causing you a lot of stress and anxiety, because you're trying to stay in this situation. You're trying to conform to tradition and stay within the vows of your marriage, but it's becoming increasingly more difficult because you are aware of this situation. Okay, if you were the Hierophant, all right, if you were the Hierophant, you might be trying to do the right thing by both people. Okay, and that's very difficult for you to do because you're working hard, you're trying to make things happen at work, you're trying to maintain this third party situation, or you've gained clarity into this third party situation. You feel like you've been holding on to your partner, because this is another situation, all right? So if you are the Hierophant, you've been holding on to this Queen of Swords person for a lot longer than you should have, and you're ready to let them go because you want to move on with this Nine of Pentacles. All right, so male or female, I'll take the genders out of it because I know that can get confusing sometimes. So if you're the Hierophant, okay, you have gained clarity into this situation. You've gained clarity. So let's just take, for a second, let's just take this third party situation out of it, okay? Because I know that upsets a lot of people. So I'm going to go ahead and take the third party situation out. But you've gained clarity into the fact that there's not been a lot of cooperation or communication. There's been a breakdown in your relationship, okay? Or you might even want to move away from this relationship. You've thought about it. You're thinking about it. You're trying to figure out what the right thing to do is, okay? Is the right thing to do to stay in the situation, or is the right thing to do to try to move on, okay, in a more positive direction? Because you've been holding on to this person, this Queen of Swords person, this Queen of Swords in reverse. You've been holding on to them in this situation for a lot longer than you have wanted to. Okay? And now you're just feeling the burden and the stress of trying to work out this situation. You've just too much. And either this person that you've been with, right? They are not contributing. Okay, they're not contributing to this person. So maybe you take care of your spouse. Okay, maybe you are the breadwinner, right? Whether you're male or female, but as a male, you could be the breadwinner, and you could have a situation where maybe you and your spouse do not get along anymore, but you're still taking care of this person. And now the burden of taking care of this person is just weighing on you because there's other things that you want to do. You might want to move on from the situation. But it's not in your culture, perhaps, in your belief system. That's not what you do. You don't walk away from a marriage. Okay, Scorpio? So that is one situation where this situation has become a burden for you. All right. You could be at work and you could have a situation where at work there's a lot going on at work, and you're trying to do the right thing. You're trying to do what it is that you're supposed to do, what you get paid to come into this place to do every week. That's what you're focused on. And there's so many other things going on that it's wearing you out, and it's almost causing you to feel like you're just overworked because you're doing too much. You're picking up the slack for everybody else. All right. You see what's going on. You know what these other people are doing. You don't really want to be a part of it because you've thought about it and you've decided that, you know what, I'm going to do what's right for me. I'm going to do things the right way. And I'm going to let go of this fear, okay, of losing my job because I'm doing things the right way. All right. I'm going to put in more effort. It may feel like a lot. I may feel overworked. I may feel overburdened, but I'm doing things the right way. Okay, Scorpio. So I feel like that's a few different scenarios. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anything here. Your readings really, really, really like always take a lot out of me because I feel like there's so many hidden facets. There's so many different avenues here. But just for your main idea and for your theme to be finding balance between, tradition and what is right for you, I can see where you're struggling with that in certain areas of your life. Okay, you're struggling with that at work, and you're struggling with that at home within your relationship. Okay, male or female, there's someone or there's a lot of people who have stayed in a situation, and I feel like I'm cheating because I know your love reading. I know what the love reading is, so that's why it's like I can sit here and I can say, yeah, I know you've been in a situation for a long time and you're trying to, make it work somehow, but sometimes it just wears you out. It wears you out. You might even feel like you're just bleeding out. You're bleeding out money taking care of this person, trying to make this person happy, trying to keep this person quiet. All right? Trying to appease this person for a very long time. And it's just weighing on you now because you see where all your hard work is just going towards this person. And they don't even appreciate you. They don't even care. Queen of Swords in reverse. This person does not care. Work hard. Have a heart attack at work. Who cares? Take care of me. I'm holding on to you. I'm holding on to this situation. I'm trapping you. You're trapped in this situation. We have a bond. I'm not letting you go. Pull the devil in reverse. I'm sorry, the devil's in the upright for you. So this indicates a bond, a toxic bond, or emotional baggage, or this can also indicate a tie to materialistic views, okay? So if you're dealing with this person who basically is with you because of what you can provide for them, okay? This person that's not willing to let go, or you're not willing to let go of this person, or whatever, you guys are bonded. You guys feel trapped. You feel trapped in this situation. You feel like you cannot move away from this person or this situation. Okay, Scorpio? So, either you're dealing with a Capricorn, okay? You're dealing with a Capricorn who is either overworking you, okay? You feel like you're in a dead-end job and you're working too hard and, you're not making as much money as you want to make, or you're just overwhelmed with that situation. Or you're dealing with a spouse that you've been with that you are bonded to and you're trapped and you're taking care of them. All right, Scorpio. Please let me know. Please let me know in the comments what is going on because, whoa, I'm tired. I think I'm going to need to take a nap after this. All right, so that has been your general reading. If you would like a personal reading, okay, if any of this resonated with you and you would like a more personalized reading, I have the links in my description box of how you can contact me or how you can order a reading from me, okay? And once again, I don't mind. I love doing these readings. I know this is readings going on a half an hour now, so if you don't mind a long video, I don't mind a long video either. So let me know in the comments, how you feel about that. And I would just love to hear from you. I love hearing from you guys, okay? So once again, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you at the next video. Oh, go ahead and check out your love videos, Scorpio, and let me know how those resonate with you also. All right, see you guys. Bye.